Hello friends, myself Mahesh Swavre from Rajesh Shahu Mahavidyalaya Latur Autonomous. Today we are going to study the topic polynomial rings from the course Ring Theory. Very early in our mathematical educations, in fact in our junior high school or early in the high school itself, we are introduced to a polynomials. What we did there, we study the linear polynomial, we study the quadratic polynomial, we generally do factorization of them, multiplication of them, dividing them, or writing simplified form of them. Later, at the beginning, that is beginning of the college level, polynomial makes their appearance in somewhat different setting. Now they are functions taking the values on and become concerned with their continuity, their derivatives, integral and maxima and minima of polynomials. We too shall be interested in polynomials, but from neither of the above point of views. To us, polynomial will be the simply the elements of certain ring, and we shall concern with the algebraic properties of the ring. Our primary interest in them will be that they give the Euclidean ring. First upon, they give the Euclidean ring, whose properties will decisive in discussing the field and extension of field. Now let us define the polynomial ring. Here we have not verified that this set is ring, but just we are calling it as polynomial ring. Later on it is homework after we define the equality of two polynomial, multiplication of two polynomial, addition of two polynomial. As you know what is ring. Ring has two binary operations, one is addition and other is multiplication on the elements of that set. Under addition it is abelian group, under multiplication it is close, it is associative, and together with these operations we can say distributive property holds. Later on, if there is one, that ring is called commutative ring with unit element. If it is commutative, then it is called commutative ring with one if one belongs to that ring. And if multiplication operation completeness, that is multiplicative inverse exists along with the commutative and existence of one, then that set is called field. Everybody know the field. Field is multiplicative abelian group, additive abelian group, and distributive property holds. So here the set F means field, and we have taken the symbol of indeterminate x, unknown x, and our set will be represented by F of square bracket x. The set of all the symbols of this form, the set of all symbols of this form is called set of polynomials. Later on it is called polynomial ring. Where this n is whole number, that is non-negative integer, n can be 0 or natural number, and the coefficients chosen here are from the field F. What are the example of field? Field may be real number, it may be set of complex number, it may be set of rational number, or any finite field that is integer modulo prime p. And this polynomial set will be here, we denote it by this set, represent by this. This is set of all symbols where the coefficients are from the field and n is the whole number. Now once we define set, we must know when any two elements in this set are equal. How to add these two any two elements in this set and multiplication. Later on we will see the algebraic structure about the ring. Now as per the equality concern, this p of x and q of x are said to be equal. This is the p of x given and this is the q of x given. These two are equal if and only if the coefficients must match. Ai must be equal to bi. This ai must be equal to bi, means a0 equal to a1, a0 equal to b0, a1 equal to b1, a2 equal to b2, and so on, an equal to bn. In that case n and m must be same. So in this way the above set we have here, in this set two elements equal if corresponding coefficient matches. This is equality. Later on we'll see we'll see how to use this equality. Now addition of these two, keep in mind these two polynomials above, and you want to make addition like p of x plus q of x. Just simply add the coefficients. Notationally, you may write this as ci x raised to y. But what is value of ci? When I is 0, it must be a0 plus b0. When I is 1, it must be a1 plus b1, and so on. When I, it must be the ith coefficient plus ith coefficient of q of x. The corresponding coefficients are added. Same power coefficient x added. So this is usual addition of polynomials. And later on, we define the multiplication of two polynomials. How we define the multiplications? The p of x and q of x are defined as earlier. Say this is your p of x and this is your q of x, and you are taking their multiplication. Multiplication will be denoted by this, and it is equal to summation x raised to I into c raised to ci. Now we want to discuss value of ci. What will be the first coefficient? What is the c0? I from 0 to and so on. It depends on degree. We did not define the degree of the polynomial. 0 to sum of degree of these two polynomials. So how you define this ci? This ci will be, first upon I write c0. C0 will be the coefficient a0 b0. What is c1? C1 will be a1 b0. C1 means it is coefficient of x, and when you get x coefficients, when a1x multiplied to b0 and b1x multiplied to a0, so a0 b1. Next, how to write c2? C2 will be a2 b0. Means we are writing the coefficient of x square, and when we get x square, you can carefully see. A2 has coefficient x square and b0 has coefficient 1. So this is coefficient of x square. Next, a1 has coefficient x and b1 has coefficient x. So this is coefficient of x square. And last, it is a0 b2. How similarly, you have to write c3. C3 is a3 b0 plus a2 b1. A3 has coefficient x cube, b0 has coefficient 1, so this is coefficient of x cube. This is also coefficient of x cube. Similarly, a1 b2, and last a0 b0. And on continuing this, one can define what is the value of, in general, ci. So what will be ci? I will write here ci. What is ci? Ci is ai b0. This is the coefficient of x raised to I. Then just reduce 1, increase it by 1. So ai minus 1 b1 and so on. Last coefficient is bi, means this must be a0 bi. So this is what we define multiplications. I will give exercise to solve. Students, please try to solve this example by using this method. In high school level you have done, but use this definition here. 1 plus x minus x square, this is multiplied to 2 plus x square plus x raised to 5. So you have to write till x raised to 7 terms. Later on it becomes 0. So the product, you have to find c0, c1, c2 up to c7, c8 definitely will become 0, and so on. So this f of x we have defined when two elements are equal, component wise addition and multiplication is defined. With respect to this set, this f of x is added to abelian group. One can easily verify, show that under the defined operation addition, it is an abelian group. Under defined multiplication operation, show that it is closed, it is associative, and finally one can verify the law of distribution. So this is easy to verify. So this set becomes ring, and then later on we call it as a polynomial ring once we define the operations. Now we are moving towards the equivalent ring. Our main target is to show that This polynomial is Euclidean ring step by step. So first upon we define what do we mean by degree of the polynomial. So let f of x is the any polynomial in that set, and here this an is non-zero. Later on every term becomes 0. Means degree of this polynomial is n. This polynomial has degree n. The highest power of non-zero coefficient, that the highest power of x is called degree when its coefficient is non-zero. So here n is degree. One can easily find what is degree of this. So its degree is 7. What is degree of this? Its degree is 0, because this is coefficient of x raised to 0, and that is the highest power, so its degree is 0. And keep in mind, we do not define the degree to 0 polynomial because there is no non-zero coefficients. But non-zero constant means its coefficient is x raised to 0. Constant polynomials have degree 0. Degree 1 polynomials are called as linear polynomial. Degree 2 polynomials are called as quadratic polynomial. Cubic polynomial are of degree 3, and so on, one can say. So this is the degree of polynomial. Now we see the important lemma here that may plays important role in the showing that how that set becomes Euclidean ring. So we state this lemma first. Let f of x and g of x be the two non-zero polynomials. This f of x and g of x are two non-zero polynomials of polynomial ring. Then how to find degree of their product? One can easily define the degree of addition. We are not interested in the addition. We are interested in the multiplication degree, because this we are going to apply in to verifying how the polynomial ring is Euclidean ring. So degree of f of x into g of x is just degree of f of x plus degree of g of x. Then suppose f of x and g of x. F of x is this, f of x is this, and g of x is this. These two polynomial. And assume that am is non-zero, bm is non-zero, means degree of f of x is m and degree of g of x is m. And our target is degree of f of x into g of x is m plus n. Now as we have defined the product, how f of x and g of x is multiplied, this. So the ct is given here. Here t0 means it is just a0 b0, t1 means it is a1 b0 plus a0 b1, and so on. One can find ck also. All the coefficients one can find. And keep in mind that f of x has degree m and g of x has degree n. The product, what is we have to find just product c0, c1, ci, ck, and so on. We have to just logically think on that terms. So we want to show that its degree is m plus n, means in that you have defined here f of x into g of x. Here you must have cm plus n non-zero, and ci must be zero lateral term. Lateral term when I is greater than m plus n, that all term must be 0. And by the definition of multiplication of polynomial, what is cm plus n? Cm plus n will be, the first term will be c am plus n into b0, it will be 0. Am plus n minus 1 b1 up to am plus 1, up to am plus 1. Before this expression, we have to divide this into, see, look at here, am and bm. What is the previous term to this? It must be am plus 1 bn minus 1. In this case am plus 1 is 0 because degree is m, and whatever it is, all the previous terms become 0. Similarly later term become 0. This is the only term here. One can easily find the product here, and you get this as Cm plus n, am into Bn equal to 0. Now what is value of Cm plus n plus 1, or just C, when the coefficient or the subscript of this Ci is greater than m plus n, then as per the definition, Ci is the sum of the terms of the product of this form, Aj bi minus j, and I has this splitting either I or I minus j. Now when I is greater than m plus n, that means your either I is greater than m or I minus j is greater than m. That means when I is greater than m, then m becomes 0, and when I minus j is greater than n, then bm is 0. Means in the product ai or bi minus j, one of the term has to be 0 when I is greater than m plus n. That means clear cut Ci is 0, and am in the field is non-zero, bm in the field non-zero, and since field is integral domain, am into bn has to be 0. So in this way Cm plus n is non-zero and lateral term becomes 0. That means degree of f of x into g of x is m plus n, and thus we have verified that degree of f of x into g of x is degree of f of x plus degree of g of x. Now before moving towards the Euclidean ring, to show this as Euclidean ring, we must know that whether this f of x is an integral domain, and we have to use the same result here. So let us prove that f of x is an integral domain. What is the definition of integral domain? A commutator ring without zero divisor is called integral domain, and f of x is the commutator ring with unit element. Here we need to only show that it is a ring without zero divisor. So let us take px as non-zero and qx as non-zero and show that their product is also non-zero. Now px is non-zero means it must have some degree m, and qx is non-zero means it must have some degree n. So m, whatever m and n you choose, as per the definition or lemma defined above, what is the degree of this product? It is m plus n. So this m is 0 or greater than 0, this n is also 0 or greater than 0. So addition is 0 or greater than 0, means we get constant term or greater than that term. So degree of p of x into q of x will be m plus n, and since p of x is non-zero, q of x is non-zero, so this product has to be non-zero. In this way, this f of x is an integral domain. Now in the next lecture, we'll see how this polynomial ring becomes an Euclidean ring. We have to satisfy all the condition of Euclidean ring, and whatever degree today we have defined, it will be your Euclidean function or d value of that particular non-zero polynomial, because we do not define degree to the zero polynomial. Till then we stop here, and thank you.